These cats are getting along just fine, more or less, except he eats all his food, and I might be allergic to the new cat. I'm not allergic to this guy, but he's supposed to be a low allergy cat, so, but, I don't know, I'm going to keep that guy anyway, even though he's so shy. He's a good little dude. He's just shy, man. He eats all his food, man, so I can't, he eats at night, he comes out at night, so anyway. Hey, I want to go talking to, go out there and play with your buddy, whatever the hell you're going to do. I'm going to talk about something with, get out of the camera. Is it your ear in here? Anyway, this guy's a clown. Anyway, there's something I want to talk about is pump and dumps, and the one thing that, if you want to see a classic pump and dump, probably, right, that we've seen recently is Facebook stock. Actually, when it first came out, it was a big hoopla. Oh yeah, buy it. Oh, it's gonna go up. $42, $42, and it went down to what, 17 in the same month. And then the insiders are buying it up in pieces, and then it's already a year later, over a whole period of a year, they're slowly acquiring it at rock bottom sale prices after, lost over half its value after the big parade that it came out, back in September. And then a year later, back, I think it was September 2012. Then a year later, guess what? It's up over 50. I think it's around 54 now or something. So that's a classic pump and dump. That's a classic pump and dump. There's guys on the internet, and I see this garbage, and I tell you the truth, maybe I'm fair and square, and I understand about Jesus and everything, but the more about I see people that quote to me 50 million lines out of the Bible, and the more religious they try to show me they are, and they're just special, the worse that people I feel they are. There's people out there right now telling you, on the bloggers and that stuff, that are criticizing anybody right now that says silver's a good investment. They're, although I don't know the future on anything for sure, I'm not God. It's cheap right now. Common sense tells you that, and that's really what I can give you is common sense. If there's something that is the second most widely used commodity in the world, the only thing that's more widely used than silver is oil, and they're losing money, on most of the mines are losing money. This clown act is going up to the next shelf, and they're losing money, and you're not buying it right now because it's essential. It's not like Facebook. Facebook can go away. It could be replaced with something else. It could be YouTube book. You know what I mean? Right? YouTube could knock it out of position for all I know, right? Maybe I'm pumping YouTube. Who knows? But actually, what do I work for? What do I work for? I guess I work for YouTube and Google, maybe, right? Partly, Who the hell knows, right? I don't work for any bullion dealer. I don't work for any, Sprott Management or whatever. I don't work for David Morgan. I'm telling you, common sense on silver right now, for crying out loud. If the mines can't be making this, and maybe it'll go even lower, but if the mines can't be making money, it's just the time to be accumulating it if you don't have it already. If you don't have any. It's a steal at these prices. Later on, when it goes up at 40, they're going to be telling you 50 or whatever it is. Oh, and right now they're telling you, oh, it can't go that high. It can go that high. It can actually go a hell of a lot higher than that. It can go hyperbolic. The way I look at it is Bitcoins can go to $700, $1,000. Silver can too. That's the way I look at it. And Bitcoins is nothing. The way I'm looking at it, I never, I wish I did buy Bitcoins, because actually if I had it, I would be unloading it on something else. Anything. Anything. I don't care what I got. Anything. Anything. I don't give a damn if it was lumber. You know what I mean? For crying out loud. Because I wouldn't be holding that stuff. That was one thing I told people, I didn't really look at it. I thought it was a pretty neat idea. I never thought it was going to go up exponentially, and I don't think any people that got it in early did either. But, it looks like there's very few people that got a whole hell of a lot of it. Actually, it's not a currency for the population. It's a currency for the elite, the people that got in it. And, it's they sold you the idea as like part of the libertarian movement to get outside the banking system, but it's not really. It's not even anywhere remotely close, like in the same realm as owned money, like silver or gold. Not even close. Not even close. So, there's a lot of negativity out there on these blogs that are totally criticizing people that are telling you to get it to stay with your investment. And I am telling you this not for any kind of financial reason. I mean, to me, it'd be more lucrative to me to actually go in front of a client that pays me. I'd have to maybe act a little different and put out a different information, and just I'll be doing specialized work for them, and informational work, and maybe tax work and organization work and stuff with their information and book work in their accounting and general ledger. It'd be far more lucrative to me to do that than it would be to actually sit in front of here and do this. I actually enjoy doing this because I know it's carte blanche. That's one reason I like YouTube, because it's carte blanche. I like doing various subjects on a lot of different things. I feel it's more helpful to people because I know a lot of stuff, and I'm not limited to just accounting finance. But basically that is my area, accounting finance, even though I'm like a halfway MacGyver jack of all trades. It's really my area. Unlike most of the people on YouTube that are advising you about silver, and the Federal Reserve and all this type of stuff. So I also want to comment a little bit about the Federal Reserve, because I can offer one thing, and what I can offer you is common sense. And you know what? That's really what I've been offering people that were clients that made them money. Common sense, business sense, horse sense, whatever the hell you want to call it. And you know what? It worked. It worked. My guess is they're going to have this, what the hell is this meeting coming up on the 17th, 18th with the Federal Reserve meeting. It's not expected that they're going to change anything too much. First off, the numbers are looking better for unemployment, but it doesn't look that great for the economy right now, correct? That you could say is legit. Some information that's legit, right? That 101, right? The unemployment numbers have dropped, and the economy is still not that great, but it's looking better. That's what it looks like on paper. Now, but you also have to figure, I don't think they're going to upset the apple cart too much at the end of the year. Because if they cause everybody, if they issue this big statement, we're going to taper right away, and they're going to do it right away, they're going to actually upset the apple cart by pushing everybody's equities down at the end of the year. Even though they won't sell, it's to make their portfolios look bad at the end of the year. That's why I don't expect them to do too much. But what I think is going to actually cause them to not taper is the results from the Christmas holiday season. Because this is really going to tell us exactly how much money people really have to spend. If there's a lousy selling season and marketing season during the Christmas time, guess what? Guess what? That's going to give them some real information that, hey, wait a minute, the economy is not really doing that well. Because we know it's going to come back in and say, like Walmart and Target and Costco or whatever, the big boxes out there that sell all the Christmas gifts, and Amazon, whatever. If their sales aren't up and their sales are looking down even from last year and the year before, that's telling you for real the economy is not doing that well. And I think that those numbers are going to be looked at pretty damn hard. So this guy's walking by the cat. So anyway, so that's my guess is they're not going to come in that good. So even if they hint at taper coming up here, they may reverse that pretty quickly. Because I think the numbers that are going to come out for sales during the holiday seasons are going to be low. But anyway, I just want to reiterate that silver is not a pump and dump operation now. Obviously, it's a steal right now. It's cheap. It's cheap. What I think the biggest danger of silver is, you're going to have a lot of, the reason I say the taxation would go up a lot, because if say silver did go up to these astronomical heights due to a panic, there's going to be a lot of spiteful people that are going to be telling their representatives that They need this, that, and they're going to want to transfer your wealth that you gained by making the right move to themselves. And that's just how the majority is going to do it. Mark Farber alludes to this. He's not going to be able to keep his money. He's probably going to, and actually, I think George Soros told us years ago, gold is the ultimate bubble. Guess what? It's going to be the ultimate bubble. It's going to be the ultimate bubble. I have a chart here from, this is from Germany. Oh, keep your fiat notes. Keep your fiat notes. Maybe it's not going to go this crazy. Oh, fiat notes, right? This blogger out there, every time this looks like silver may go up, he starts screaming, better buy it, better buy it. Then he mocks you for buying it after if it doesn't happen. And negative people, man, avoid them like the plague. Negative people. And, that's, but I'm addressing this because I'm not a pump and dumper in this in this respect at all. Because right now, if you're buying a metal, you're pretty safe. You're pretty safe. Even if it goes a little lower than this right now, I mean, it's not. I can't see silver losing half its value. The negative people would tell you $8 or $10. But say it did go down there, do you think you're going to be able to actually buy end product coins? Most people are going to be able to get end product coins if it went down that low. I doubt it. I doubt it. The common sense is that the mines are losing money right now. And I do not expect them to do taper like in a realistic sense. They're going to talk about it. They're talking about moving it up further. They're talking about starting it now in March. But, say for instance, there's the budget crisis because there's still some Republicans that are still standing hard and fast on cutting down the debt. Well, guess what? Guess what? We're going to have a budget crisis, and guess what? That usually is very good for gold because of fear about the dollar. And, actually, a lot of things are like that. It's almost like, say, for instance, anything that you venture into, it's an unknown. You don't know the future. It's easy to look at the past. It's easy to look at, say for instance, here's where, gold goes into a hyperbolic bubble. Oh yeah, buy it, it's going to the moon. Yeah, there's a limit to how far it's going to go. There's a limit. There's a limit, Usually when you look at something where the metals are getting too far, the good thing to look at is that silver-gold ratio. Because gold is pretty much following, this is common sense 101. This is where you're going to know it's getting too far ahead of itself. Gold pretty much follows what's going on in the economy in an inflationary way. You might not want to look at the dollar value of gold so much, but how many ounces of silver it takes to buy an ounce of gold. That's what it's going to tell you when silver's getting ahead of itself. Right now, it's not. It's not. I mean, if silver starts going down to 30 to 1, or if it goes down to 15 to 1, that's probably the peak, or 10 to 1 will be the peak. But as it is right now, silver's not ahead of itself. Now, look at the ratio. That's the thing. It's not just the number, it's the ratio. It's the ratio to gold. Because everything's going up, despite what they're saying, even with the inflation, the CPI is adjusted. The CPI doesn't include energy prices. The CPI doesn't include a lot of things that people need. So the CPI uses, like-kind exchange and substitution to bring the numbers down. The actual price inflation is even a little higher than what they say. It's not really high now, but, if the money that is being held by the large banks, where they have all the treasuries and the bonds and everything, is actually gets spent into the system, we're going to have rampant inflation. And it could happen. See, that's what happened here in Germany. They try to stimulate the, it's not going to go like this, but, it's going to go up. It's going to go up. The thing is, it looks like here, gold had a pullback even in Germany. Then it sat flat for a long period of time. Then it had a little rise, then a pullback. Then it went into the hyperbolic. Now, we're not going to go like this, I don't think. We're not going to go like that. But it's more or less the same moral lesson. Right now, it pulled back. It's sitting flat for a while. It may get legs in 2014. It may get, unexpectedly good run in 2014, and then if it does, I think it's going to pull back in 2015. I've been saying this, and nobody else is saying it. 'Cause, to tell you the truth, I don't listen to other silver and gold channels out there. I don't even know what the hell they're saying. So, I'm not picking up any tidbits from them, that's for sure. I pick it up actually from the Financial Times, the Wall Street Journal, and actual Reuters and things like that. I don't actually look at alternative media that much. And I do have to say something that a lot of the problems in the nation are actually a reflection of the people themselves. It's not like we're not going to be able to elect a leader and fix everything. See, that's the problem with electing a leader and saying, oh, they're going to fix everything. We elect the House of Representatives and the Congress. That's where all the laws start. That's where all money is appropriated from. They can take back the power from the Federal Reserve, and they can print fiat notes right from them, interest-free, no debt-free money. They can issue debt-free money anytime they want to run the government. And the thing is, we get the system we deserve because it's actually the people that are doing it. They re-elect these clowns every time, and they don't follow what's going on. People do not take active part in what's going on. People are uneducated, and they don't realize what's going on. And actually, the uneducated are the ones that are not in silver right now. That's the fact. The uneducated, even if they're educated, they're not using common sense. They're not using common sense. Silver, actually, right now, is a very good buy. And don't let these clowns dissuade you from not accumulating more or accumulating some, because maybe what the deal is, some of these clowns don't want you to have something. Maybe that's what the real deal is. They're just spiteful and jealous. They don't want you to have something. They don't want you to make money. They don't want you to see you do good. But actually, if you're to be somebody who wanted to look at pump and dump operations, Facebook might be a really good one to look at. If you're somebody worried about what pump and dump is, look, they issued the stock last year, over a year ago. It was $42 in the same month. Went down to $17. And who buys it up? Insiders, right? Insiders. They do it all the time. I mean, that's even worse than silver, right? And you figure it out. Is Facebook essential to the whole world? No, not at all. It could easily be replaced with another entity. A similar type of business venture could come out with another name on it, called KGB book or whatever the hell it is, and we can have Russia Today running it or whatever, and then, it could be replaced easily, right? But silver isn't that easy to replace. Silver, the only way it starts going to get danger where it's going to be replaced if it goes up to exorbitantly high amounts. But then again, you have to get the manufacturing process in place. The engineers have to figure out the alternatives. You have to switch it over. But in the meantime, it can go into a hyperbolic bubble. So right now, people that are in silver are smart. And, what I really pick up on a lot of these naysayers that are against silver, and they blog that these people are pumpers and all this kind of garbage, and they say all these derogatory things against them, is that they don't want you to have something. They don't have it, they're mad, they're pissed off, they don't want you to have something. And the thing is, silver's not something of investment for most people anyway, because it psychologically goes up and down a lot. It's always been known for being volatile, it's always been known for being high risk, but it's also known for being high reward too. So when you buy it when it's low. Do you think it's low now? Yeah, it should be low now. Could it go lower? Possibly. Problem is, if it goes too much lower than it is right now, you'll be able to buy SOV paper garbage or something like that, fake silver, but will you be able to get end product coins? Will the majority of people be able to get end product coins in the desirable coins that are commonly known? Probably not. Probably not. So, anyway, right now, I'd say silver's a buy. Bitcoins, if you got it, dump it. If you bought it. I wish I did buy that stuff, but it looks like there's less than You know, from what I'm seeing, there's less than 1,000 people that own over half the bitcoins in the world, and there's supposedly less than 50 that own a good portion of that. So, anyway, that tells you what the deal is with that stuff, and that is not like what's going on with silver. Silver actually is more the metal of the common man. So, and if there's times of financial crisis, where there's a general financial crisis, not talking about like a weather crisis or something that happens for 3 days. I'm talking about a general currency devaluation. You're going to see real stuff go up, and silver will go up, and that will be when there's a panic into the metals, and then it can get way ahead of itself. How you know it gets way ahead of itself? Look at how many ounces of silver could buy you so much gold. That'll tell you. All right?